I
coming
get
up.
the impression that you are an angry, nasty woman. Why am I
Well,
getting
Jesse,
that?
you
Why am
you
I?
get a lot of false impressions, but I would like to take a
Hold
minute
on.
to respond
I
to
will.
what you
Hold on.
said before we went to
Hold on.
break.
Hold on. Let me. Hold on.
You
Hold on.
you said
Hold
that
on.
black
Hold on.
anger
Put on
is
hold.
why.
Put her. Yeah. Shut it down. Cynthia, you are. She's an angry, nasty woman, and it's these type of black women who are raising black boys and girls that are becoming just like them, and they blame this on white people. And until we can change that situation, things are not going to get better. And all angry people feel like victims, and they blame someone else for that. And if we don't deal, Cynthia, with what's happening in the home with these mothers destroying the souls of their children, and then the race hustlers using them for their own personal gain, how would black people ever get better?
But I do notice that you are deflecting, which is interesting. I would have expected the trolling to come from your callers, not from you, because
How do
when you
you
resort
see?
to petty name callings and making statements that bear no importance on the topic, that just means you're trolling.
So when you call
So
me white,
I'm starting to believe, Jesse, that you're the one who have nothing to say because you've reduced yourself to a troll.
when you call me white supremacy, was that
You
petty
are.
name calling? Was that petty name calling?
No, it
Uh,
wasn't. It was giving you an analysis on your rhetoric, my analysis on your rhetoric.
Amazing.
And it's in alignment with white supremacy.
Black power. Black power. I'm Skyping with Cynthia G. Uh, Cynthia,
Yes.
um, I get the impression that you are an angry, nasty woman. Why am I
Well,
getting
Jesse,
that?
you
Why am
you
I?
get a lot of
You
false
like such
impressions,
a. You like
but I
such
would
a.
like to take a
Hold
minute
on.
to respond
I
to
will.
what you
Hold on.
said before we went to
Hold on.
break.
Hold on. Let me. Hold on.
You
Hold on.
you said
Hold
that
on.
black
Hold on.
anger
Put on
is
hold.
why.
Put her. Yeah. Shut it down. Cynthia, you are. She's an angry, nasty woman, and it's these type of black women who are raising black boys and girls that are becoming just like them, and they blame this on white people. And until we can change that situation, things are not going to get better. And all angry people feel like victims, and they blame someone else for that. And if we don't deal, Cynthia, with what's happening in the home with these mothers destroying the souls of their children, and then the race hustlers using them for their own personal gain, how would black people ever get better?
Well, first, I would like for you to answer why are white people committing so many crimes and they have two-parent homes, they have wealth, they have opportunities, job opportunities, they have economics, they still commit the most crimes. So this is why I don't buy into your fatherless home narrative, because you have a community of white people who have fathers in their homes, and they're still being domestic terrorists, they're still being racial terrorists, they're still committing the most rapes and violent
Is
crimes.
this a
So I
joke?
would like to know,
Is this
why are
like a
they doing
joke?
that when they have fathers in the home?
This sounds like a joke. Are you playing a trick on me right now? Are you being real? Or are
I'm
you?
I'm giving you facts, Jesse, and you don't have to like them, but they're still facts.
Why did Phil from the advice show refer you to us? Did he think that you were going to make sense or something? What was the
You
reason?
you would you would have to ask Phil about his decisions and referrals, Jesse. But I do notice that you are deflecting, which is interesting. I would have expected the trolling to come from your callers, not from you, because
How do
when you
you
resort
see?
to petty name callings and making statements that bear no importance on the topic, that just means you're trolling.
So when you call
So
me white,
I'm starting to believe, Jesse, that you're the one who have nothing to say because you've reduced yourself to a troll.
when you call me white supremacy, was that
You
petty
are.
name calling? Was that petty name calling?
No, it
Uh,
wasn't. It was giving you an analysis on your rhetoric, my analysis on your rhetoric.
Amazing.
And it's in alignment with white supremacy. But you still haven't answered my question that I would like for you to
Well,
question,
in
because we're
any
talking about the impact of fathers being out of the home. And we know that white people have the community with the highest rate of fathers in the home. So why are they committing so many crimes, and why do they have a drug epidemic right now that can't even be stopped at this point? Why are they the biggest mass shooters? Why are they the biggest
Let me,
pedophiles?
because of
Why do
time, hold
they
on. I
engage in
got
so
it.
much
I have it.
bestiality?
Come down. Come down. Um,
Oh, I'm
so,
calm. I'm just
in
looking to get my question
in any
answered.
culture, you're gonna have good and evil because the battle is a spiritual battle. It's a warfare between good and evil. So in all cultures, you're gonna find that. But
But that's not in
because
all cultures, Jesse.
because
That's
black
almost exclusive. Some of these things are almost exclusive to
Cynthia,
the
hold
white
on. That's
community.
not true.
I
Hold
agree
on.
that there's good and bad in everything,
That's not
but
true.
what I'm talking about
Hey,
isn't really prevalent in other cultures.
man. Um, uh, you're going to find good and evil in all cultures, but in the black community, it's out of control because you have
It's out of control in the
73%.
white community, Jesse.
You have 73% of black children born out of wedlock, and there is no sense of trying to correct that. So you see it more in the black community. When I call you a dirty, I mean a nasty woman, was that assessment with anger? Was that assessment?
No, it was
Was
a
that
petty
an
trolling
assessment?
tactic to bait me to get into an emotional state so you can try to
Well, too
prove a
late for
point.
that.
That's what that was.
Let me go to some calls real fast. We run out of time here. We're going to have you back because
Sure.
the problem we had with the Skype. Let me
Hmm.
go to Tony out of Chelsea, Michigan. Tony, good morning, sir. You're on with Cynthia G.
Hey, how are you doing, Jesse?
All is well. Thanks for
But
calling.
like a few callers ago, when you had the last person on, and a few callers ago, and the young man said, "Well, somebody's eyes are going to be opened up. Somebody's eyes going to be opened up from listening to her right here." The funniest part about her was when you put her on hold, how she was still going on. I mean, it was almost comical. And they won't understand when you talk about white supremacy. I'm from an area, Detroit. Detroit's been run by black people totally for over 40 years, and look where it's at. Just take one quick look. Buffalo. Look at Cincinnati. These are politicians, black politicians, that are running these cities, and they run them into the ground. And I'm not saying anything. You don't have to. It has nothing to do with black or white, whatever. But that's what I see, and that's what's showing here.
And
So
Cynthia, how do you respond to that? Who fought into that? Atlanta, Detroit, Gary, Indiana, Chicago, anywhere that blacks are in control is all hell to pay.
Well, black people aren't controlling any particular state, so that's where we disagree, because black people don't control those. But when you do have areas where there aren't any economic opportunities, where they've stripped the jobs from them and closed down schools, that's going to be a breeding ground for crime. But what we do know is that white people have these opportunities, they have the education, they have the wealth, they have the job opportunities, but they still commit more crime. So why is it that there's so much crime in the white community under white people's control despite their benefits and
You're
resources?
saying things that are not true. What's
They
wrong
right,
are
with?
because
true.
I don't. I've
They
never
actually are
seen. I
true,
don't see that.
Jesse. They're true, and according to the FBI data. So are you saying that the FBI data that says that white people commit the most crimes, are you saying that the FBI data is incorrect?
Yeah, Cynthia, let me
Okay, so
ask.
and so where are you getting your information from, and how do you validate your information and your talking points? Because mine come from the FBI data.
Oh
Yours come
Lord.
from your opinion, and that's the difference between me and you.
Hey,
I work
Jesse,
with
have a good day,
facts.
man.
Thank you.
You
You too,
work with
Tony. Thanks for your call.
opinions.
Back in a moment, folks. Let me just put out there for the record: there are more white folks in this country, and so you're gonna have more white people doing some things. But for the number of blacks,
Not
hold on, Cynthia,
necessarily
hold
when they're
on.
claiming
Turn
to
the
be the
mic. Turn the
paradigms.
mic. But for the number of black folks in this country, disproportionately, they are committing more violent crimes and other issues in our country. So we need to deal with that. I'm talking to Cynthia.
Yeah,
I'm going to have her back because we were supposed to have her at the top of the hour, but there was a problem with the Skype thing. So
crime data says.
we're going to have her back. What a dirty woman. So let's go to Realist out of Lakeland, Florida. Realist, you're on with Cynthia. Go ahead.
Yeah, just for time, I'm gonna sum it up like this. It's called demagoguery, and for the low informational voters who are ignorant of stats and that kind of stuff, If they don't know and they listen to these people that quote unquote supposed to be so intelligent and using intelligent words, it's got to be the most comical thing. And my heart goes out to the people who's actually listening to this garbage. It's almost comical. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Realist. I appreciate it. Cynthia, I'll give you the last word on this. We're running out of time. We're going to have you back so we can start off at the top of the hour, have more time with you. Everybody and their mama want to talk to you, so I want to give them a chance by having you back. Will you come back?
Oh, absolutely.
How do you see black men?
I see black men as a product of white supremacy. I see them as a product of white supremacy. They're in an inordinate circumstance, and they're having to deal with white supremacy, which has a very detrimental effect psychologically on anyone. So that's what I think. And I think you're also a perfect example of that as well, Jesse.
Why do black people see white people as smarter and stronger, especially black men? Why do they see them as being better than they are? Why do black people see white, such as yourself, why do you people see white people as being smarter and better than you are? Because I don't see it that way. Why do you see it that way?
Well, Jesse, you can include me in that because I don't believe that white people are smarter and better
But you
than
do.
anyone.
You said it 1,000 times today.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
I said
did.
that they have a attitude of white supremacy. I never said that was valid. So you can't put words in my mouth. I don't believe that they're smarter than anyone.
But you do. You have to say it so many times. Everything has something to do with white supremacists, according to you.
It does. It all goes back to white supremacy, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I personally think they're supreme or intelligent. I don't. And if you've looked at my content, you would actually see that I don't believe that they're smart at all. I think
Thanks for
they're
coming
diabolical.
on. Thanks for coming on. We'll have you back, all right?